Hey, what's new and exciting? Just checking out the back end of YouTube, making sure everything sounds. There we go. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit early, about an hour early, but I just wanted to get this in and get this started. Um, yeah, I had a really bad start to my day today. I just want to get this day kind of over with because I've had literally no sleep today, none whatsoever. I got like maybe an hour and a half sleep last night. And I got stung by a bee. Hey, how you doing, sunflowers? I got stung by a bee or bit by a yellow jacket or something at 3:30 this morning. what a what an awful way to wake up. Hey, Isaac's family. Hey, if you type 949 in the chat, Nightbot will drop your link for you. The swelling's starting to really go down a little bit. I'm on medication because of it. Oh, lucky you. If th- this yellow jacket that hit me, fuck, man, did it ever hurt? It felt like somebody hit me over the back of the hand with a freaking baseball bat, man. I was like, son of a bitch, I'll pay the VIG for Christ's sake. Don't hit me again, you know? Oh, these yellow jackets don't like me either. So I went to the hospital at 5 o'clock this morning. I could show up at the hospital. It was about close to 6. By the time I actually walked there, I get there. I don't get seen for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. I sat in that waiting room, and nobody even came to me for triage, let alone a doctor. So when the doctor finally looked at my hand, she's like, "Are you sure you didn't do this at work?" I was like, "Yeah, I did it at work. I was working on my beauty sleep. Apparently, you could tell it got interrupted, you know." So, she started laughing about that, and yeah, mosquitoes don't really like me that much, but the bees, oh, for some stupid reason, the bees like to frickin' swarm around me. So when I finally get home after getting my medication and shit like that, get home and I'm like freaking dog tired. I'm burning on about an hour and a half of sleep. I'm like, no, Canada's healthcare system is not as good as what it sounds. Okay. The city I live in, you could be going in there with your freaking arm in your lap, sawed off right there. You could have that part of your arm laying in your lap, dripping blood out the spot where your arm used to be, and you'll wait. You will wait until your condition gets worse to the point where they're like, "Oh, well, you should have been here an hour ago." I was here 2 hours ago. You ignored me for the first 2 hours. Like the doctors and nurses that we have in our hospital, I'm sad to say, they don't care. They call it healthcare, but our healthcare doesn't care. And then we're supposed to have free healthcare. I go to the pharmacy and my freaking prescription's not covered. I'm on a disability. I'm already at the lowest income level there is in Canada. And now I got to pay for prescriptions as well. There's something seriously wrong with our system. Yeah, everybody thinks we got great healthcare, but it's not as great as you think it is. It's not as great as what they report. Because you got to remember, it's not the poor people that are reporting the healthcare. It's the people that are rich, prominent, and get served first no matter what. If myself and, say, Justin Trudeau were to walk into the same hospital At the same time, with the exact same condition, you could bet your bottom dollar Justin Trudeau will get served before me. Oh yeah, cicadas they're all over the place here. Like they crawl up the trees and fly into the trees and sit there and shake their ass all night long. Yeah, it's already starting. It's already starting. If you don't have private healthcare insurance, like through work or through business, they're not going to really treat you that well. They're pushing away the people that are government funded. Yeah, it depends on what part of Canada you live in. Like the area that I'm in, if I could drive, I would have went to Leamington. I would have went to Windsor. I would have went to Sarnia. I would have went to friggin' London. I would have went anywhere, anywhere but the city I live in. Yeah, it's not that good either because the private healthcare system, they know you're going to pay for it and they're going to bill you through the nose for it. You want to be better? It's going to cost you. That's the bitch about the healthcare system. There's too much money in the treatment of things. There is no money in the cure. So anytime you go to the doctor looking for a prescription for something, keep that in mind. It's their job, and their job is getting kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies. Hey, Andrew, Andy, yeah, greetings and hallucinations. It's the doctor's job to keep that money rolling in from the kickbacks that they're getting from the pharmaceutical companies to put you on pills that's going to keep you on those pills. Yeah, like, and that's it all depends here in Canada. It all depends on what hospital you go to. Like from here, if I had the means of a car, I could go to Wallaceburg, I could go to Leamington, I can go to Kingsville, I'd go all over the place for healthcare, but I would not go to the city that I live in. I just don't trust them. Hey, John. Yeah, so 3:30 this morning, I'm having a good old sleep. All of a sudden, I get freaking stung by a bee or a yellow jacket or something. Something took a gnaw out of my right hand. I was not happy. Let me tell you, I jumped a foot off that bed. Ah, fuck. Christina, I wouldn't get all bent out of shape if I forget your name every now and then. I forgot my own one time. And I'm not kidding about that. There was a lot of adult beverages that happened that night or the night before. Ooh, we were drinking everything under the sun: cognac, lemon gin. We were drinking whiskey, rye, rum, bourbon. We freaking had it all. It was basically, we went for a few weeks and got all kinds of liquor bottles, and we had ourselves a time. We wanted to try this stuff out. Let me tell you, first thing in the morning, I wake up and I'm at my buddy's place. I'm like, holy shit, where the hell? Looking around, I don't recognize any of the room. And I was like, where in the hell am I? Better question, who the hell am I? I went to the bathroom. I checked myself for identification. I'm looking at my driver's license and I was like, I look a whole lot like him. I'm going to be him from now on. Oh, that was a rough morning, let me tell you. Yeah, I decided to start a little bit early for the people on the, eastern side of us. The people on the western side aren't going to be very happy, but that's say his life. But yeah, freaking, oh, I got about an hour and a half sleep last night, and I didn't get any sleep, you know, since then. I tried to lay down, and then I heard a buzzing. I was like, "Son of a bitch, there's another one in here." I turn on the light, and I look up at the light, and there had to have been 40 of them swarming around the light, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna take a bigger newspaper, you know." No, I don't have the chip in my hand. I have regular identification. I have, pull out your wallet, grab the card. Here you go. Hey, koala, how are you? But yeah, freaking, yeah, getting stung by a bee or a yellow jacket, that's not exactly what I call a great way to wake up in the morning, man. I tell you, man, I was like, you son of a bitch. Like, and he got me in a spot right there. And you see that? See that little dot? That's where he got me. And if you look at where it is on the hand, you put your hand in a pot in your pocket, and that is what's going to get hit every single time. How does the bee know where to get you? Hey, Coach J. Rom. Hey, if you want to come on up, there's an email in my pinned comment. Uh, Send me an email, and I'll bring you up. I'll bring you up on the panel. Oh, yeah. Every time I put my hand in my pocket, man, it's like, ow, son of a bitch. You know how hard it is to pay for things when you can't put your hand in your pocket? You get a cash, like, oh, ow, ooh, ooh, ow. You want to get that for me? Yeah, the reason why I use an external email to get people to come up on the panel, to invite people up on the panel, is because I want to avoid any kind of problems with scammers and freaking, trolls and, you know, basically people that as soon as I see them, I'm like, no, no, we ain't doing that. But people that I actually have a great deal of respect for and stuff like that, yeah. Oh, okay. That last part I could have, left without the mental image, but say hello to your lovely lady for me. Hey, Caboose. How you doing there, buddy? Hey, Caboose. Almost sounds like Yogi Bear. Yeah. But yeah, oh, that hurt like a son of a bitch, man. Then my hand puffed up like a freaking football. I was like, damn. Started making me look like the swelling has gone down a little bit. Like you can see the difference. Like this one here is like freaking more of a ball. From a prince of Nigeria. No, no, I haven't gotten those emails. But it was like basically rounded. You could not see my knuckles at all. Whereas like on my left hand, this hand, you can see the knuckles and the veins. This one you can't see shit. So it almost like it's trying to turn me into. Remember that monster from the Goonies? Yeah. Hey, you guys! That was the only thing keeping me awake on my walk to the freaking hospital. It took me about an hour. Oh, but yeah, now they put me on Reactin and prednisone to bring the swelling down and get rid of the toxicity. So back on medication, which I fucking hate. I hate taking medication. Like, I'm not that scheduled. Like, you give me something to make the shit go away. Once the shit goes away, I forget to take it. I'm like, I'm all right. Have enough of that. Sloth love chunk bees suck. Okay. Yeah. I just couldn't believe it, man. Yeah. If I got one bee in the house, it usually keeps his distance. But when I flicked that light on and I saw 40 of them swarming around my freaking light, I was like, oh god, this is gonna take a bigger newspaper. Yeah, it felt like somebody hit me over the back of the hand with a freaking baseball bat. I was like, I didn't know I had a loan. Pow! Ah! You know, I didn't know I owed the bomb. I owed the mob. Yeah, maybe the yellow jacket was sent from California. You think, Coach J Ram? See what he says about that. Somebody guided the yellow jacket to make it to my area. Go get that asshole. I'm not going to say who, but we can come to pretty much the same conclusion without actually spelling out the person's name. We can all just understand. No, no, I'm thinking it came from California. Says he wants to find me anyways. I told him just send me an email. I'll give him my exact address. Oh, I got one of the copies there, Christina. These are live. This is the third book. See? Number 3. Yeah, this is and then I was out a couple weeks ago at a jam session where my uncle plays guitar at, and um, a couple there asked me for a whole set of my books. So that's going to be they're supposed to be coming in sometime this week. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, have you been stung so many times or stung a bunch of times at the same time by bees or wasps? Yeah, you'd know because you'd have a hard time breathing. Like they asked me, "Do you have any issues breathing, heart palpitations, yada yada yada?" I was like, I used to be a first responder when I was a teenager. I know all the signs of epileptic or anaphylactic shock. So I know I don't need an EpiPen, but I do need something to get rid of the swelling and something other than just a cold compress because that's just not going to freaking keep my temper in place. So I just needed a little bit of medication to calm the swelling down. I said I don't think I'm allergic. If I was allergic, like my eyelids would start shutting, my throat would start closing in on itself. You know, basically putting yourself in an anaplectic shock. Then it'd be like, okay, yeah, got a problem. But No, just one sting. Just made my hand fucking blow up. I'm like, hey, you guys. So, yeah, the swelling's gone down a little bit. But, man, that hurt like a son of a bitch. But like I said, it felt like somebody hit me over the back of the hand with a fucking baseball bat. I was like, as soon as I find out who it was, man, I'm going to hit him back. Maybe it was somebody from California. We don't know who, but we may have an idea. So let's see what else has happened this week. Hey, Ginger. Out of the showers with Ginger. How are you doing? If you wanted to come up on the panel, just send me an email at that CK949 playlist or panelist.com or at gmail.com. And we'll have you up on the panel if you want to come up. And then we'll have a little bit of fun talking to somebody. Stopping by to thumbs up. Yeah, don't forget to hit thumbs up, people. Every thumbs up you give a creator, YouTube will send their stream or their content out to 7 more people who may not have already gotten the content. So, no, I'm not having a great week already. I'm not having a great week so far. I got stung by a bee last night at 3:30 in the morning. And as soon as he stung me, frickin', I jumped out of that bed about a foot off the bed. I was like, ah, fuck, man. Felt like somebody hit me over the back of the hand with a baseball bat after a while. It was not fun. RJ's doing all right. He's clear of the COVID. Good gravy, yikes. Isn't Good Gravy a Scooby Doo reference? If it is, it's a clever one. I love that. Good gravy. It's almost like the Looney Tunes. Suffer and succotash. And you get Donald Duck. That's the last time, or no, it's Sylvester the cat. That's the last time I'll work with somebody with a speech impediment. Maybe I say it all the time. Yeah, like I said, if you want to come on up on a panel and you know have have a few extra laughs, save your fingers from doing all the walking and all the talking, and then maybe we could bounce a comedy ball back and forth with each other. Tennis, your serve. Yeah, Jinkies. Yankees. Um, what was the other one? Uh, I know Foghorn Leghorn was always doing. I'll say, boy, make listening sounds when I'm talking to your son. The sound waves are making it to your ears, but it's not getting through. Yeah, the cartoons in the back in the day. Yeah, yoinks. Yeah, the cartoons back in the day were a bomb. They were a blast to watch. Like even the serious cartoons like G.I. Joe were still entertaining. Like you got Snake Eyes who didn't say a freaking word. It's like you're supposed to guess what he was saying. Like it's like who's that one character? Groot. You know, all he says throughout the entire 3 movies is, "I am Groot." And everybody's like, "Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. Just chill." It's like, how is that any different than I am Groot? But yeah, remember the really old ones? They're hey, 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 it's the Fat Albert Show. That was one of my favorite cartoons. The Fat Albert Show. That and I used to watch Pac-Man all the time. Hey, Lynn says, "Hey, how you doing?" I used to watch the Pac-Man cartoon. Um, and then I don't know if you remember this one here was the the Magic School Bus. Hanna-Barbera cartoons, yeah. Actually, we have it here in Canada, not too far away from where I live. Well, actually 4 hours, but um, there's the Hanna-Barbera amusement park called Canada's Wonderland. Why am I alone now? Oh, I'm always alone, you know, all by myself. But now RJ hasn't responded to his invite yet, so he's probably busy doing other things. That's why I'm kind of asking if anybody wants to come up. Please come up. Please, ma'am. I want some more. Let's see if we can have some fun. Oh yeah, Captain Caveman. The ones that I really loved from the Magic School Bus was Snide's the like the racers, Snide Smedley. That little dog just bitch at that guy for being so stupid. Yeah, yeah, the caveman. What was his song? Um, that's gonna bug me because I used to love that song. Every time I think of Cavy's song, his opener song, my mind switches back to this other song called Alley Oop. It's an oldie song, and my uncle he sits there and plays it on the guitar, and part of it is like, "Look at that caveman go, alley oop, boop, boop, boop." It's a fun song. Don't ask me to sing it. Because if you ask me to sing it, I think everybody would be like, "Fuck this! I'm out of here. I'm unsubscribing." Yeah, come on up on the panel, Ginger. We could have some fun rolling through the good old days. And I tell you what, I'll put it in the. I'll temporarily put it in the chat here for a little bit. Somebody wants to come up, tap it, come on up. We'll have some fun. Well, yeah. Only one rule I got is no judging. No judging. Don't be judgy. You know I'll be judgy with me. I know I'll be judgy with you. Oh man, my neck is killing me. Oh, just have some fun. Do you have you got StreamYard, Ginger, right? Yeah, no. I got hiccups. I was going to think about the next time I'm going to hiccup. There we go. Uh, works for me every time. Get a case of the hiccups, you're like, okay, there we go. Oh. Can you come up, Ginger? Please? Please. Please, Ginger, I want some more. Maybe we'll have a coffee together. Um, yeah, I don't know where RJ is, other than down in Florida. RJ went down to Florida. He was looking for a YouTube channel to make. But no, I just decided to go on a little early today because I'm freaking wiped out. Walk an hour to go get my hand take a look at. Walk an hour home, and only to find out that it wasn't just one bee in my apartment. It was like 40. So I bought some bug spray. Now I gotta let my bed dry off because when I oh, there's Ginger. Hey, Ginger, how you doing?
Hey, what up?
I'm on the third floor, so me.
I'm on the ground floor.
Oh yeah, maybe we should get together on the second.
Mate in the middle, right?
Yeah, mate in the middle.
Oh, mate in the middle, meet in the middle, whatever.
you got you got to remember, like look at my screen name. Like I said many times
Yeah, well,
before,
you know.
I got no filter. I got no filter whatsoever.
Well, look at me. I mean, look at my hair. That'll tell you enough.
I used to have red hair when I was born. I
Really?
had red hair. Yeah, my hair was about as red as a stop sign.
Wow. Mine was copper colored.
Oh yeah,
Like, yeah, like my parents were like, they almost called me Penny.
would have fit. Yeah, you look at my hair now. Hey, that's when. There's RJ. Just listening, man. Please buy Crazy Kids books. Yeah. Um.
Oh, I forgot you write books, don't you?
Yeah. Have you seen the covers for the animation that my friend
No, I
did?
haven't. No, I haven't.
This is the first one.
That is cool.
Uh, this is the second one.
No, you're fine. That is cool.
This is where he becomes the superhero. He's a teenage boy and then becomes a superhero. And then this one, he just got finished. My artist just got finished.
Oh, that is really neat.
And this is
Why don't they ever have superheroes like in their 40s? Like, instead of having a midlife crisis, like,
instead of having a beginning of life crisis, they're like,
yeah, or yeah, they have some type of midlife crisis and then they turn into like, I don't know, super arthritis man or
oh,
something.
that would be me. It's like days like today where it started out, it was like 40 degrees outside, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And then in the middle
Wow.
of the day, it got all the way up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now outside,
Oh, yikes.
50.
See, oh my God, it's like not too far from that here. It's probably 60 degrees here, but I live in the Midwest. I live in
Oh yeah,
Iowa,
that's not too far away from Oklahoma, is it?
a couple states.
Yeah, but your states are pretty small.
I live like Iowa, mm, mine is like basically it's Iowa, and right above Iowa is Minnesota, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm not very familiar with all where all the states are, but the book I based my book
Iowa is south of Saskatoon.
south of Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
I based my book out of Ponca City, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. That would be probably about, I want to say,
Four to
um,
6 hours away.
about 300 to, no, wait, because I'd have to go through like part of Nebraska, through Kansas to get to Oklahoma. So yeah,
Between four and
probably
six
about,
hours.
probably 400 miles. Yeah. Depending on what part of the state it's in Oklahoma.
And how bad the cops are.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on Okie cops, man. Don't even. I've been through Oklahoma like twice in my life, and it was like,
I've never been to Oklahoma. I've been to Ohio, Michigan, Nevada, Florida. Like I drove down to Florida with a buddy of mine, so we hit all the states on I-75 on the way down,
oh, wow.
and uh, yeah, we got down into the foothills of Tennessee, and I saw this road sign, and it took my breath away. Literally took my breath away. I
What did
was
it say?
laughing so hard because I'm ADHD. Okay,
Uh-huh. Me
so
too.
my mind moves a million miles a minute. You know that,
Yep.
and my mind's processing a million things at once.
Right?
And with me not having a filter, that made growing up really tough. It made it really fun, but it made it really tough. So
Right?
we're rolling. My buddy's driving. He's doing about 80 miles an hour, just rocking it. And I see this road sign, and it took my breath away. I was laughing so hard, I tears coming out of my eyes. I was like in pain. I was freaking laughing so hard, my belly was freaking sore. And he's like, "What's so funny? What's so funny? What's so funny?" And all of a sudden, I saw another one. I pointed to it, and here it was, a deer crossing sign that somebody had taken a red bingo dabber and dabbed the nose. And the only thing my nutty skull saw was Santa Claus crossing. He's making one last trip.
Uh,
Yeah, I had tears coming out of my eyes for all the way down through Tennessee and into Georgia. I was like, "Oh
oh
my
my
god,
God.
that was too funny." And notice it at like 80 miles an hour.
Right?
Like
You know, those are states. I've never been to those states. Go on.
another time I was up north, going to my buddy's cottage, and there was this railroad tracks that had been ripped out and paved over. So the tracks weren't there anymore, but they left the signs. And the signs that were there, I don't know if you got the same signs in the States, but it's got this great big round thing on it with the X like this on the round part, and then
Yep.
there's two bars that go like this underneath it. Okay, for like how many different rows of tracks there are.
Yep.
Well, what somebody had done was taken an old flannel shirt and put it on there, buttoned it all up, put a tie on it, and put a hat on it, and then frickin' somehow clipped the hat to the sign. So we're rolling along. I'm sitting there driving, and when I was able to drive, I'm sitting there driving. All of a sudden, I see this, and I just start fucking losing it. I'm like, dude, I gotta pull over. I know I shouldn't be driving when I'm laughing this hard. And he's like,
Oh
"What
my
was so
God.
funny?" So I shut the truck off and I freaking come with me. And I showed it to him. I said, "Fucking some of these people are original, man. I love this.
Right?
They're not damaging anything. All they're doing is just keeping people to pay attention." Oh wow, cool. The same thing with those little nookshucks. People make those rock statues along the side of the road.
Yeah.
They do that down in your area?
I haven't seen any yet. I've seen them like on the internet,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen them in my
Oh,
area.
you want to see a bunch of them? You just take Highway 11 north. Like after you get through the 401 and get past the 400 at Duckville Avenue, it splits off. 400 goes one way, Highway 11 starts at the other one. Take Highway 11, you'll see a nook shooks everywhere. Like people just stop off on the side of the road with where there's some rubble, like some rock rubble there, and they'll sit there and make these little nook shooks standing there. They're fun, but yeah, I never knew what they were called until like a few years after I saw them. Who's building all the rock statues? You
Right?
know?
Jeez. Some of the stuff they do, I love that when it's creative, especially when you're traveling and stuff.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
you pay attention. It makes you pay
it
attention.
does. It does. I mean, I can remember being on a road trip with like a couple of buddies, and we were like reading all the signs. We were reading all the signs, and I think we were stoned. I'm sorry, but I think we were, and we're laughing at every sign we see, right? And there was a sign for an airport coming up, and it was like instead of municipal, it said MUNI, and I'm like, so I just start together in the back seat, and then they're like doing it, and I'm like, stop, get your hands back on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
But we laughed for about
I
40
see
miles because
stars,
that sign
I
just
see
kept popping
stars.
up. And it,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, we're like, let's hit the airport, you know? I don't know why we got it in our heads that we were going to go to Wyoming. You know, we were going to never been there. We never got that far, but it was like a 6 hour drive. Oh, let's just go to Casper, Wyoming, of all places, and then we get halfway through Nebraska, and they're like, let's turn around. Let's make it like we were gonna buy beer or
Yeah.
something. And then it was like, oh, it's 1 o'clock. And they thought we were gonna make it clear back to like go over the state lines to
Yeah.
Iowa in an hour. Like it would have taken that's like at least a 3 hour drive, but we're gonna make it all the way back, We're gonna make it to Iowa and get beer in an hour. Stupid things.
Yeah. Yeah. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Right? Oh my God, youth. That's all I can say. Youth.
Yeah.
That was before I had kids. That was before, yeah. I was like, I'm dumb.
Yeah. So far, I am, knock on wood, I have not, I don't have any of those um, little ones running around.
Oh, honey, I've got one that just turned 30.
Wow.
Yep. I was 20 when I had her. So I have one that just turned 30. I'm like, damn, I can't believe that. Forget that, man.
Yep.
But at least she's potty trained and out of the house.
Yeah, no doubt, eh? Like, the thing about it, though, is my parents, they always, like my mom especially, whenever I do something, don't believe me, it was a lot. Okay. Whenever I'd fuck something up or fuck around with something, my mom would always say to me, she would always lay the parental curse on me.
Oh,
I
yes.
hope when you
You're going
grow
to have
up,
the
you
kid.
have children that act just like you. And the one time I looked at her and I said, you know what? At
Right?
least it'll be fun.
Yep.
And then she's like, "Yeah, but you're gonna have to deal with all this
Mm.
shit that I have to deal with." And then I started thinking, "Wait a minute. No, I really don't. I don't think that'd be a whole. I don't think that'd be as fun as I think it is." And I'm like, and I right away I just looked at my mom, and I was like pretending like I was punching myself in the nuts. You better fucking hurry if you want
Oh my.
grandchildren. You better fucking hurry.
Oh my God. Yeah, my mom said the same thing. My mom said the same thing, and I'm like, my comeback was, "Oh, you hope they're as I have kids and they're as bad as me. You mean like, because at that time, um, she was disabled by then.
Yeah,
She was older. She was older when she had me, and I go like this. Oh, you mean ones that go to school every day, work 2 jobs, and pay your bills? Oh, I hope I have kids that do that.
yeah, no doubt. Hey, yeah,
She's
yeah.
like,
I have kids that support
she
me.
goes,
Fucking
smart
right.
ass. Yeah, right. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, no
Sign
doubt.
me up.
Yeah. Let me put that on the
Right? And it's
life's
like I
long list
wasn't
of
that
things to do.
right. Sign me up for that, man.
Yeah,
That was
check
like
please.
she's like, oh yes, smart ass.
Yeah, that was my mom's favorite freaking words for a long time. When I was younger, I almost thought my name was smartass.
Right? Well, that's what her thing with me was. Because I hate to say this, my parents had 8 kids, and I was the last. So it's like when you see the other ones getting in trouble for shit, you're like, "Ha, you got God, dumbass."
Yep. Yeah, you
I'm
got
like,
caught.
nope.
You just got to pay attention on how not to get caught.
Oh my
Watch
God. And
and
that was
learn.
my that was my dad's reply. That was my dad's reply to stuff. It was like, yeah, you're dumb. You got caught, like, so I
Yeah,
was like, not to me. I mean, I actually kept my nose clean. So,
not
but I
me.
had a lot of older siblings that didn't.
I got one older sibling. I got an older brother that looks like he's my younger brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm 6'1", 275.
Hmm.
I've got all kinds of gray hair. My brother is 5'6", 112.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
and he looks like he's about 30 years old,
Dang.
but he's older than me. Now I
All
pity the
mine are
fool
older.
who, yeah, I pity the fool who thinks they can take my brother on because he's a wiry little fucker. I had a hard
Yeah.
time taking him on as a kid when we were growing up. He's
Mm,
a wiry little bastard.
mm.
And like because he's so small, he just slips through your
Oh,
fingers
wow. See,
like a football at the Lions game, you know. So
oh, dang. You went there.
why not? They had a perfect season, 0 wins. Yeah, I don't think there's been
Oh
ever
my
been a
gosh.
football. Like I don't follow football. I don't understand football. All I know is it's like you throw the ball to the quarterback through your legs, and then the
Right?
referee blows the whistle, drops a cleaning rag, and starts talking to the crowd.
Oh, and there's a lot of butt slapping. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, they get in that little huddle and they talk about what they're gonna have for dinner that night, and whatever. I'm into NASCAR.
Oh, NASCAR.
Yeah, I like NASCAR.
Oh
I
boy,
like to
you poor
drive
thing.
fast. I want to go fast. I just like the technical aspects of the car and how to make it handle properly and whatnot. So I'm a car geek.
Oh no, I'm a science geek. You know, I'm a science geek.
I don't mind science. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention when I was in science class because my science teacher was gay, wouldn't admit it, and gave me the strap because of it, and then got arrested for it. he
Wow.
was diddling some of the kids in my class, and it wasn't me.
Oh my God. Oh my
He
God.
got caught,
You know what?
literally with his pants down.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. You know, I just watched a documentary on the, I shouldn't say it. I just watched a documentary today on that scandal with the Boy Scouts. Yeah, I
Oh
did
yeah.
not realize that happened. I did not realize that happened.
When I was in Boy
Wow.
Scouts, I was glad that my parents were the Cub leaders, were the crew leaders.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I got to spend more time with my parents. My dad worked three jobs to put food on the table and
Yeah.
make, provide for us. So, if I was going to be in Cubs or Scouts or whatever, that would take more time that I would have away from him. So, having him as a Cub leader, bonus.
Yep.
I had to spend time, hanging
Yeah.
out with my dad and learning things from my dad. Not that I wasn't learning things before. I was By the time I got out of public school, I could rewire a house. I helped. I helped a.
That's
I helped a friend of ours build his house when I was in high school.
good skills to have.
Yeah, like somebody asked me one time, "What would you do if the zombie apocalypse ever came along?" I'm like, "Dude, stop smoking pot.
Right?
Dead people can't come back to life."
Yeah.
But what I would do, I would join the other team real quick. And they're
Oh, you
like,
know what I would do?
"Why?
Any
Why is
apoc
that?" I said, "You're gonna go there anyways. Why fight it? You're gonna end up on the other
really?
team later on anyway. So why fight it?
Uh,
Join it, get it over
I've
with, and
yeah, I've heard. Yeah, why you live in that panic, right?
yeah,
Well, you know what I would do in any apocalyptic situation, whether it's zombie, whatever. You would, and nobody thinks of this. I would hoard all the paper products, tampons, pads, you name it, and medicines. That's what I do. Then they'd have to come to me for it,
yeah.
sitting on my TP throne.
You wanted the drugs? I'll get you the drugs. I'll get
Oh,
you the medication.
yeah, I got the drugs, I got the TP, I got the all the paper products, I got the tampons, I got the pads, you name it. I got all the products them ladies would want,
And don't be coming up here with no attitude.
right? You know, I'd be like freaking Tina Turner and freaking Thunderdome, I tell you.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, eh? And it's not like you know. I, I've heard of stereotypes of Canadians always saying, hey, hey, hey."
Yeah,
You know what stereotype I found from Americans?
yeah,
I tell you
what?
what,
Yep, that's true.
you know who says that a lot? RJ.
Oh, really?
Oh, big time.
I
I've
did
had
not
phone
know that.
conversations with him. I've had phone conversations with him that lasted 3, 4 hours. And I'll bet you he says it no less than about 30 times an hour.
He's an amazing guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a great friend to have.
He is amazing.
And I value and cherish our friendship that we have. But yeah, freaking yeah, he says that a lot. I tell you what. Okay, you tell me what.
You tell me.
Then when he's all done, I go, hey,
Eh?
hey,
You know why that's so stereotypical? I think it's because of Strange Brew, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Or SCTV, the McKenzie brothers.
yep.
So they think everybody talks like the McKenzie brothers,
I
like,
think we all sit around going, coo, 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 coo.
eh?
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Great White North, eh?
Yeah.
But the thing
Well,
about it
you know
is,
what I found? That's how people talk in Minnesota.
What's that? Welcome to the Great White North, eh?
The A, alrighty, you
Oh
know
yeah.
it,
Oh yeah. You know it.
you know it,
Yeah. But
and don't you know?
oh, oh, I hate when somebody keeps piping that one off. Don't you know? Of course I know. I just wanted to see if you knew. But you know what's
Right?
funny is the Americans, like Americans, their drug heroes are Cheech and Chong.
Oh, good gravy, yes. Hmm.
Cheech is a
Yep.
Mexican, Chong is a Canadian. So you're surrounded by like
Yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, Cheech is from Mexico down south. Chong is from Toronto, Canada.
Yep, you're right. You're right.
Hey man. But I played this one clip for RJ.
Oh my God.
I played this one clip for RJ. He had never heard it before. It was earache.
Don't tell me it's where's Dave?
No, no, no. I didn't play that one for him. Earache my eye.
Or was it who's Dave? Oh
Earache
my
or
God.
it's um Dave's not here. Like,
Yes, that's it. You still hear me, man?
oh,
Yeah,
hey
that's
man, it's Dave. Dave's not here. Oh man,
yep,
I'm
that one.
Dave.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You're still here.
I told you, man, Dave's not here. No man, I'm Dave. Open the door. The cops are coming. But
Open the
earache my
door.
eye. I played that for him. I swear he peed himself a little bit when he
Oh
was.
yeah.
You remember that one? Hey, what are you trying to do? You ruined my
Um, I,
record, man. I just bought it. I don't care what you just bought.
I do. I remember when they were putting out
Oh yeah,
comedy albums. You know, albums on vinyl,
we had
and
the wedding album.
I like
I think
people are
my
like,
mom still
no.
got it. Either my mom's got it or my brother's got it. But I'm pretty sure within a day or two, I could lay my hands on a wedding album, Cheech and Chong wedding album. But yeah, freaking earache my eye.
They
That
used to
one is
crack me up, man. I
stuck
grew
with
up on
me
that stuff.
forever. Ever since I heard it the first time. Just that, hey, what are you trying to do? You ruined my record, man. I just bought it. I don't care what you just bought. You get your little butt perpendicular and clean up this room. Get ready for school. I'm not going to school. What do you mean you're not going to school? Just what I said. I'm not going to school. Why not? Because I'm sick. That's why not. I love that routine. I had it memorized. I actually did it. I actually did that um, routine in public school, and the teachers were shocked. Not only that my parents let me listen to it, but they were shocked that I knew every word and did the voices.
Yep. Right. I remember listening to like, oh gosh, growing up because I grew up in the '70s and
Yeah.
'80s. Listening to those comedy albums and
Bill Cosby
um,
himself,
watching. Oh my gosh.
his dentist
I
routine.
actually.
Oh, I had tears coming out of my eyes. Just when he's sitting there going, and he's got his lip just.
Oh my God. I did a while back. I put it up as my picture, my ID. And
Yeah.
it was like I didn't even realize that like when I took it, I was working at Party City, right? Well, I was working more than one job, but that was one of my jobs. And I had all these balloons in the background, and I still have it somewhere, but I had this picture, like I took a selfie over there. And I was like, I had this like I was looking up and just the facial expression, it looked like remember when he did the pudding pox commercials and you just look up,
Oh yeah.
like, and I did that, and people are like, that photo just creeps me out.
Yeah, he does that slant eye.
like looking up, going, hmm. I'm like,
Yellow, boom,
uh,
pop.
like, yep. They're like, take that picture down because it looks like you're looking at the person above you. And I'm like, hmm.
Yeah. And then Howie Mandel. I don't know if you ever heard of Howie Mandel other than America's Got
Mm.
Talent.
Rubber glove over the head.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Rubber Glove.
Oh,
One of
yep. The rubber glove over the, yep.
he did a routine in I think it was '86. It was live at Chicago. He did a routine up there, and I never saw I never even heard of Howie Mandel until like 92, 93.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, in '87, I got my driver's license and I'm going to this party with some friends. And I stopped off at the Wilco in the city that I live in. I stopped off at the Wilco to pick up provisions, make sure
Hmm.
I'm make sure I'm not, spawning, I'm not running around with little hell spawn coming after me. So, I went and got some rubbers, and I was like, oh, I want to get some chocolate bars 'cause I needed a snack too. So all of a sudden, I had to go to the bathroom after I checked out. So I went to the bathroom, and I'm doing my business, and some dude come into the stall next to me, like the toilet next to me, and just because I'm an idiot, I got no filter, I got no mindset to stop myself. Opened up one of the chocolate bars real quietly, and rubbed it on my hand, and I stuck my hand underneath, and I said, "Hey, buddy, can you help a brother out?" Well, this dude, he was probably about 70 years old. Sounded like he was having a fucking heart attack in the stall. He was like, he was losing it. Like, I probably helped him shit, is what I probably did. He was probably sitting there just everything coming out all at once. Just the way that old man was laughing his ass off, right? It just made my day.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And then
I
in
thought
like
he was having a heart
1992,
attack because he thought you were pulling a George Michael on him.
no, I don't know what you're talking about, George Michael.
Oh my God, you don't remember that? Oh my God, that was not too, it was around that time that, he got caught like soliciting other men in
Oh
bathrooms.
no, 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 no! I just put that chocolate bar on my hand, just rubbed the chocolate on my hand, and I stuck it underneath the wall. I said, hey, brother, can you help a brother out?
I've done that like, like got stuck in a stall and I was like, can you spare a square? Or, yeah, spare a square,
Yeah, yeah. But the thing about it is, I had all kinds of toilet paper. I just wanted to fuck around. I just
right?
wanted to fucking
Well,
make somebody
hey,
laugh, and the
it
thought just came
worked.
to my mind. I was like, oh yeah, fuck, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get this son of a bitch. Hey, buddy, can you spare? Can you help a brother out? He was
God,
laughing
yeah,
so hard,
right.
he just freaking rolled off a bunch and gave me a bunch. And hey, thanks a lot, man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. And then in 1992, I saw the routine where Howie Mandel did that on stage, where he was like, "Yeah, this is what I do," And then he talked about doing that, and I was like, I looked at the screen and looked at my mom and said, "I fucking did that to somebody once." Mom's like,
Hey,
"No." I said, yeah.
dang.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I know I was all thrown, thrown for a loop when he shaved his hair off. I was like, what? Howie Mandel went
Yeah,
bald?
because he had,
Like
yeah, he
when
had,
did that happen?
he had a massive
Tons
mop.
of hair.
He had a massive mop. But the thing about it is, when he shaved his hair off, he toned it down quite a bit.
Yeah, it's like his whole image changed.
Yeah. right around the same time he got married.
See, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. You get that paper, and then it's like, what?
Yep. I slipped a
It's
ring on her
like,
finger and she cut my hair off. It's the true Samson and
right?
Delilah story.
What happens is it's like a dog or a cat. You get papers with them, and then
Then you find out what they're all really all about. Oh
right?
shit! That's why I'm single. I
Ah,
escaped. I
you
escaped
you
before shit got too serious. Nope, ain't no rings on these fingers.
oh, get gravy.
And it's not like I haven't been trying to find that one special woman. It's just after a few months, the real them comes out, and I'm like, no, this is not what I signed up for.
Right? I was talking with a friend of mine about like filters, filters and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we didn't have those back in the day. um, I wouldn't know how to use them now. But I'm like, what is it with all these people and their filters? Like they got to have all these filters
Oh, you mean for
and they
photos?
got to tweak things and for photos, they even have filters on cameras for when they go on cam. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's hey, honey, that's false advertising. Be who
Yeah.
you are, okay?
Yeah. Be you.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
be you. I mean,
Yeah.
personality. They do that too. They like,
Christina says hello.
it's like, oh my god, hello, Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like be you. I mean, that's too much effort. Too
Yeah.
much
No doubt.
effort.
Eh? That's why I really not that attracted to women that pile on the makeup. Like,
You know, I used to be like that when I was like 19, 20. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like young. And then it was like, um, and that didn't last that long. It was just a phase,
Yeah.
right? Then I was like, why am I doing this? I mean, do, do you really want your pillowcase to look like a clown in the morning? It's like, no. I mean,
That's why people are
mm-mm.
scared of clowns because their face gets rubbed off on the pillowcase. And like, oh shit! What
Right?
that's not what I wanted to wake up to in the morning.
Exactly. And it's like, no, no. It's like you're dating somebody, you spend that night, and then they
Yeah,
wake up in the morning and they see what you look like. No, no.
yeah.
And it's totally
When I take a
different. No,
shower with a
same thing
woman,
with filters.
yeah, when I take a shower with a woman and I see her face melting in the shower, that's a big turnoff. Like, I went on this
Right?
really,
And the water just runs with color.
yeah, no doubt. And it's like that's gonna clog the sink. That's gonna clog the drain. You know that? It's gonna ball up in the gooseneck, and then we're gonna have to get a fucking plumber over here. But I had this really
Right?
bad blind date. Okay, and what happened is apparently from what the dude told me years afterwards, his wife switched the name and number for the person that he wanted me to meet with somebody that he knew I did
Uh-huh.
not want to meet. So basically, they were having troubles. And I'm going to put this disclaimer out there. If you know the couple that is setting you up on a blind date is having troubles, don't go on the blind date. It's a bad idea. Somebody is going to be playing a practical joke on you. So this buddy of mine says, "Here's the number. I'll give her your number if you want." He tells me she's 5'6". She's got blue eyes. She was about 125 pounds, and she's an average looking woman. But when she gets makeup on, she really dolls up. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. She's got dirty blonde hair. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Give her my number. So about 2 or 3 days goes by. All of a sudden, she calls me up, and we have some great conversations back and forth for about 3 months. And then all of a sudden, one day, I had a weekend off work, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see her. I'm gonna go meet her. I'm gonna drive the hour out of town to go and meet her. And when I told my buddies, yeah, I'm going out to meet her tomorrow night. When I told my buddy that, he packed his family up and fucking moved without telling anybody. He got a U-Haul trailer, put all his belongings that he wanted to keep, and fucked off.
What?
Yeah, because when I showed up at the place to go meet this chick that was, all these things that my buddy said, well, she told me bring your swimsuit up because we got a hot tub, a community hot tub in the apartment building I'm in, and we can, go sit in there. I was like, oh, that'd be great on my sore muscles after working 12-hour days, 7 days a week for 2 years straight. So, like I was like, oh, that'd be great. So I brought my swim shorts up with me. And when the elevator doors open on her floor, I look over and there's, the first door. And then I'm just going back and forth to see where I'm going to be going. And all of a sudden his head pops out. And I'm looking at this head and I'm going, that's the door that I'm going to. That'd either better be a friend, a pet. It had better not be what I'm coming here to meet. Otherwise, someone's going to get hurt real bad. Well, it was who I was there to meet. And let me tell you, and I shit you not, I'm not exaggerating any of this whatsoever. I've seen, I worked as a janitor on a public highway, a busy public highway. So I've seen all kinds of people. This was probably the ugliest woman I have ever fucking laid eyes on in my entire life.
Oh,
Her forehead literally extruded the distance of her nose by an inch. She had a unibrow going all the way across like Frankenstein. Freaking, she had blue eyes. Okay, but I got a headache trying to look in them because the one on the left pointed up at the ceiling on the left side, the one on the right pointed at the right hand side of the ceiling.
oh, so one eye was looking for you while the other one was looking at you. I gotcha.
No, they were both looking for me, but they were not looking for me in the same spot. Like top left hand corner over here, top right hand corner over here.
Lordy.
Yeah, she was fucked up. It looked like somebody freaking beat her upside the head and her eyes went blah, 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 and then stuck there.
All wonky.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah. And
God.
then every one of her teeth came to a razor sharp point, like Yoda. Okay. And then she told me over the phone calls, she says, well, I got a few moles on my face. I'm like, so I got a few moles on my face, no big deal. Like, yeah, I got a few moles. I'm not gonna hide it. I lost count at 40 that had hair in them.
Oh, good Lordy.
Yeah, she was 5'6", all right. But the only part of her hair that was dirty blonde was the last inch or so, inch or two, that sat in the heavily chlorinated water with her in the hot tub. And if
Oh
she
God.
was 125 pounds, you would have to measure that in cattle measurement per side. This chick was fucking huge. Like, literally. Just, and she
Lordy.
was wearing spandex to boot. And it was like, you could tell the spandex was screaming, I can't hold on much longer. So And the first thought that came to my mind, now remember, I don't have a freaking filter, but this day I was like, I was basically, like, I'm gonna fucking knock the hell out of this guy. And in the back of my mind, I got the announcer of a ring, like a boxing ring, going on in my head, going, "Ladies and gentlemen, in this apartment, we have the undisputed incumbent Miss Gorilla Cookie of the World."
Oh my God, you poor thing.
It got worse.
Oh God, it got worse.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a nice guy. Okay, I'm trying to be a polite, friendly person. I want to know that there's if there's something about this person that I can say I met a friend. So I have a conversation with her, and I didn't drive an hour out of my way just to turn around and come home. No, that's not happening. I'm gonna at least do something, whether it be have a conversation, whatever. I'm gonna try to do the right thing and be a
Yeah.
polite person. Meanwhile, all that shit's going on in the back of my head that I'm gonna kick the fuck out of this guy. And all the, not so nice things though I was thinking about the lady. But and she just sat there one lie right after another, after another, after another, after another, telling me that somebody tried to frickin' steal her purse, which she keeps a knife in, and then she just grabbed the knife and backed the guy off. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I was like, nah, she probably just offered him a blowjob with them sharp teeth. Oh, no, 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 no. You can have the purse back.
Oh no.
So then all of a sudden, I realized the third mistake that I made. The first mistake was going there in the first place. The second mistake I made was bringing my swim shorts up with me without knowing what this chick looks like or is like. And the third mistake I made was I didn't eat before I went. Okay, because I was given a mental picture of something nice. I wasn't given a mental picture of, man, this chick is like fucking out of this world ugly and she needs to go back. So I didn't eat before I went, and all of a sudden my stomach grumbles so bad or so loud, the neighbors know I'm fucking hungry. So I'm thinking, okay, where can I take her that I can disgust her with a huge appetite? Because she says she's trying to lose weight. And I'm like, good thing, because this way here you won't have to go shopping for clothes. So we end up going to this Mandarin restaurant. It's all you can eat Chinese food, Chinese and Canadian food. She wasted and ate so much food, they charged me for an extra plate because she wasted so much. And when we were there, I'm sitting there having a cigarette as soon as they give us a table.
Really?
Yeah. And
Wow.
I got the, I told her, I said, you go up and get your salad and I'll finish my cigarette and, have a couple sips of coffee and then I'll go up. Mind you, there's nobody else in the restaurant. Maybe two or three other tables. That's it. Out of this huge restaurant, there's only like two or three other tables. And I'm the type of person, I watch what happens at the end of everybody else's meal. So I'm not surprised when it happens at my table, especially when it's a new
Mm-hmm.
restaurant that I'm going to, which is a smart idea. She goes up, and the little plates that you get for salad, you usually put salad on.
Yeah.
She comes back with a fucking platter,
Whoa.
and it's heaped with everything on salad. And I'm like, maybe that's all she's going to eat. Maybe she's just going to, pour on the roughage and, like poop it out later. So I go up and get my little salad plate. And then as soon as I get back, she had about, a quarter of this freaking thing gone. Like she just, I don't know if she just went like a pig or what, But she had about a quarter of it gone. And then as soon as I sat down, she just shoved that plate aside and then went up and got the main course. She comes back with the freaking platter again, and it's heaped like this. And she's got these freaking potatoes, rice. She's got freaking spare ribs. She's got this oysters on a half shell thing that fucking smelled disgusting. And I was hoping that it would not end up at the table. Because when I went up to get my plate, I got, the regular size plate. And I put, my little things on there. Because I know I'm going to go up for another plate. I'm not going to get everything all on one. I'm just going to keep things separated. So this way here I can enjoy just that little pit. Then go up and get a little bits of some other things. So I can enjoy a little bit of everything. Not her. She just fucking scoop, scoop, scoop. Oh, put this right on top of that stuff. Put the spare ribs on top as a cherry on a sundae. And then freaking back to the table she comes. She freaking rounded this thing up. And by the time I got back to the table, apparently she really liked this oysters on a half shell. And she's trying to feed it to me off her fork.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every time she shoved that fucking fork in her mouth and pulled it out, you could hear the tines of that fork sharpening. And I was like, I didn't like the looks of those things at the bar. I didn't like the smell of those things at the bar. And I really was hoping that they wouldn't show up at the table. So I'll take the zero. I'm not going to eat it off her fork. Fuck that. Well, that's another one of those things that make, things that make you go, you know,
Right?
just like that one little picture with the little dot on it.
Oh,
But uh, so then all of a sudden she puts the oyster stuff down. She grabs onto this piece of spare is about 6 inches long, and she attacked that thing like a pit bull would attack a baby. There's fucking sauce flying everywhere. I'm dodging for my life, trying to avoid this shit, and she's just fucking sauce in her eyebrow, the unibrow. Freaking, she had sauce from one spare rib, from elbow to fingertips, both hands, from one spare rib, and it was all over
oh
her
God.
face. Like she's, and then took the bow and then attacked another one. I was like, fuck, that is the most. I've watched pigs eat. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen at a fucking dinner table.
Lordy.
Up until I went to work.
Oh, up
Up until
until.
I went to work one day and told the people, I got a strong stomach. And then this one guy decided that while I'm eating spaghetti, he's gonna shine a moon at me. So what I did was I just took a spoon, like the plastic spoon out of the set, just kind of dipped it into the sauce a little bit, and I fucking spanked it right in his asshole. And the guy's like, "Oh God, that's gross. Get that shit away from me." Then I just kept
Right?
right
You
on
don't want to
eating.
see that.
Yeah, I don't want to see how well I'm eating, but it doesn't bother me. So this chick here, she is freaking just. She's freaking completely covered in food. Like it looked like she was a victim of a freaking food fight. So at the end of the freaking dinner, after dessert, which she went up 4 times for, trying to lose weight,
Wow.
but she went up 4 times for cake and ice cream.
Ew.
Yeah, no doubt, eh? And pudding. So at the end of the dinner, they come up with these great big goblets of lemon soapy water. And I was thinking, you better bring this bitch a bathtub because she needs to take a bath after that after that really disgusting display of foodery. And they give you this hot towelette. Okay, so what happens is the waiter puts this
Hmm.
lemon soapy water down in front of you, rips off the top of this package with the hot towelette, and goes to hand it to you. And she wants him to pour it in her hand. Like, no, just pull it out. That's what we do. That's what men do. We just pull out. You know. So And then she was going to drink this lemon soapy water. I had to stop her from drinking it. I was like,
Oh
no,
my
no, no.
God.
That's what you use to wash yourself up with, across your eyebrow. Take a bath with it. That's what the towel's for. You freaking get it all off. She just took the towel, dipped a little bit of it in the thing there, wring it out a little bit. Everything else up top was fucking just caked with sauce. Sauce. Freaking sauce from elbow to fingertips, both sides. I told her she had to wear gloves to get in my truck because my truck was brand new. I didn't want her riding in it. I wanted her in the back in the box. You want to look like a pig? Fucking get back there. Get in the box. So we get back to her place. Now I got to go up to her place because I left my freaking swimsuit there. I don't want her thinking I'm coming back because this is the last time I'm going to lay eyes on this woman, and it was. I went to grab the bag with the swimsuit swim shorts in it. I look up and there she is, expecting a kiss. I'm like,
Oh no.
oh yeah. I was like, well, have a nice night. It's really nice meeting you. Bye. Turn around and I fucking bolted it. Like she wanted me to go in a
Oh
hot tub
God.
with her. I was like, you're gonna make it into soup. Like I don't want
Oh
that
my
shit
God.
fucking going all over me. Not to mention it started raining, so the windshield wipers were going. And I was like, well, I better get going home. The windshield wipers, long drive, most boring stretch of the 401. I don't want to crash my car or crash my brand new truck just because I went out for a date. And then freaking when I all the way home, the hour long it took me to get home, I thought of 100 different ways to kill this guy. I really wanted his head on a plate. And he ran from me for, see here, that was 90, that was 98. No, that was 90. That was, yeah, that was 98. That was
and
98.
he's and he's
Mike,
still in witness protection to this day. No, I'm
well,
just
no,
kidding.
we talk. My cousin Derek passed away 2002. Well, I can't say passed away. He was murdered 2002. And I told him, I says, if it wasn't for the funeral, you and I got an issue to settle. But while the funeral's on, it's a truce. Afterwards, you and I have an issue to settle. And that's when he told me it was his wife that switched the numbers.
Oh my God. His wife switched numbers.
That he
Oh
was
my
in
God.
he was having problems with, and ended up getting a divorce. Not just because of that, but when he told the judge that he's got a death mark on him because what she did to him, or what she did, the judge was like, she's not getting shit. This chick is dangerous to herself.
Right.
I couldn't eat spare
Oh
ribs
my
for
God.
10 years after that.
Oh, I bet you couldn't. I bet
I
you
had a hard time
couldn't.
sleeping. Like, oh no, the spare rib lady monster is coming to get me.
Oh my God. That sounds like a horrible blind date.
It was. That's why I will not go on a blind date.
Horrible.
If somebody
You
wants
know,
me to go on a blind date, you're coming fucking with me.
you know,
And if I don't see what you've been telling me,
right? Right?
someone's getting their ass kicked right away.
Mm-hmm. Oh hell yeah. I did. Oh gosh. I met this guy at work, right? And oh, he was fine, whatever. Asked me out. We set up a date, right? And I'm like, should I date this guy? Because at the time, I was probably, I think I was 10 years younger than him. I was like 22 and he was like 32. And I'm like, should I? And I'm like, I had my friends going, yeah, you might as well. So I went out with this guy. He came to pick me up. He was, okay, I'm not picky, but he picked me up 45 minutes late. Okay. Okay. I can deal with that. His car was filthy. Okay. Like, I mean, like filthy. Like,
Sanford
like,
and Son filthy.
right. There was
Like,
like food wrappers all over,
oh, so
trash
you
in
had
this.
to wipe your feet on the way out.
Uh huh. Like, and then the panels on the doors were like cream, but they were like blackened, you know?
Oh,
And it just like, I'm like, okay, okay, he's a nice person. I can let that slide, right? You know? We get to the restaurant, we're eating or whatever, and we're talking, and he's like nonstop talking, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to what he has to say. Well, he's talking about how he just moved out of his parents' house. That's cool, that's fine. He has older parents, and he's fixing up his house, and that's why he was late. He was laying hardwood floors. Okay, you know, that explains a lot. That's cool. Then he starts talking about how he was engaged at one point because he had sex with this woman and um, she faked a pregnancy or something. I mean, the stories you hear, you know what I mean? And then it got to where he's never going to have sex again until after he's married. And then he said that the last date he went on, or the last girl he dated, he proposed to her on the second date. And then he says, so, and that was towards the end. And he goes, so how about a second date? And I'm like, you know what? You should call me. So I get home, I get on the phone with the phone company and switch my number.
yeah, yeah, yeah. As soon as he was late, the teeter he starts going downhill, and then he comes in a filthy car. Man, he's just gaining speed. Then he won't let you talk. Well, it's just freaking avalanche. I'm surprised you didn't just get up and take off before you said, "Oh, by the way, we're going Dutch."
Oh, no, no, he paid for it, which is shocking. But I was like, still, I was like, what? I was like, dude, I don't want. And he kept the whole time talking about how pretty I was, how pretty my eyes were. Um, but I was like, okay, first of all, you won't have premarital sex. Well, I'm test driving that shit, okay?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm taking that for a test drive. If you don't want to go for a test drive, I ain't getting roped into something I ain't gonna like.
yeah. If you can't swing the
Second,
bat, you're not going to be playing on the same team.
right? No thanks, no thanks, man. Mm-mm. I'm like, no. My mama told me never to leave a shoe store without trying on a few pairs. God. But I
Yeah,
was like, seriously? No.
yeah. But I basically had a one night stand with this one woman. It when I was talking to her at the bar, she seemed like she was all that, she was all put together well, and she's everything seemed to be, like, oh, this might hopefully, lead into a second, third, fourth, fifth, so on date. But when we got back to my place and I asked her, just as a joke, I was like, "So, how do you want your eggs in the morning?" She just looked at me and said, "Fertilized." I double bagged the groceries that night. I was
Oh my God.
fucking scared. And then in the morning, I cooked a chicken and mashed potatoes for breakfast. Here's your fertilized egg. So I granted her two wishes. I gave her a night to remember the night before, and I gave her fertilized egg in the morning. Here's your chicken and mashed potatoes. Yep. But yeah, it I don't know why all these people like doing freaking sleep streams. I don't know why some people like watching them. Like that's the most boring thing in the planet. Watch
I'm
some
sorry.
watch
I was
somebody
listening and laughing. I was laughing. I just said like had it muted. Oh my gosh. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I'd run too.
when she said she wanted her eggs fertilized in the morning, all right, I served her chicken and mashed potatoes.
That is good. Yeah, forget that. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Hi.
that's the last time she
You know what
probably
your
said
first
that.
clue was? Bar. Right? Sorry, I got people talking in the background.
Who's
Hope
gonna
you
kill
didn't
a
hear
cart?
that. No, no. That was my girls arguing. I'm going to kill you, you harlot up in the night. They're joking.
Yeah, yeah. It's one thing that I'm glad I didn't have to deal with right away. But at the same time, it kind of do wish I would have had some. But don't get me wrong, you know I'm scared of that door getting knocked on and going, "Are you my daddy?" Well, only a DNA test will prove that.
Yeah, right.
If
I mean,
so,
the one thing when you're female, you never have to worry about that.
yeah, yeah. That's why when women ask me if oh, do you have any kids? And I say, I don't know. Well, how do you not know? Well, they don't come out of me.
Right?
They do, but
Oh,
it's 9 months
goodness.
earlier.
Right?
But you know,
That's one thing. I mean, I'd be afraid of if I was a guy too, like 20 years, like later, going,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Uh,
Are you my daddy? I don't know. Only a DNA test is gonna tell. And if you are my boy, or if I am your daddy, I have two very important questions for you. Where the fuck have you been all your life? Who's your mother?
who's your mama?
Yep. Go back to that old song. What's your mama's name?
Right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be
See,
two
that's
very important questions I want the answers to.
no kidding. I, I'm not, let's put it this way. It's like I've never had that problem, like, but I have had a friend who had to get 7 guys DNA tested, and I'm like, really?
That's an
Really? You
episode of the
put,
Jerry Springer Show.
I was like, 7 dudes? And she tried saying that one of them was, like, she had her kid in January. So if you count back, pop ahead. So that'd be like she got pregnant in March, April, right?
Yeah,
It's
April
like,
1st. Oh,
yeah,
there's an April Fool's Day for you. Hey, I got a condom on. Fooled you.
right, right. Oh, I had to no. But she's like, I was like, you think about that. It's a like small frame of time, right? 7 dudes.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I had sex with this guy in February and he turned out to be the father. And I'm like, wait a minute, you say you had sex with him in February and you had the kid in January the following
yeah,
year? I mean, the math ain't
yeah,
mathin', lady. I think yeah, I
yeah.
think you,
Get your calculator back
really.
out and sharpen that fucking
Yep.
pencil again. You need to do some more figuring. You need to do some more cipher in there, Jethrine.
Man, oh my God. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And it took her that long to figure that out.
Yeah. Uh oh. Somebody trip over the internet cord? Ronry, Ronry and Fearing Brew. Whoop. Hello again. Welcome back.
Sorry about that. You know, yeah, somebody called.
Oh, welcome back, Officer
So
Mitchell.
it totally took me out.
Yeah, if I lay down on the sidewalk, will you
Hey,
draw my picture with that little chalk y'all have? Yeah. Um, but yeah, tonight.
I can hook you up with this girl. No,
Uh,
you'll pass.
pass for right now.
Oh my gosh. No, she ended up having 4 kids by 4 different
Four
guys.
kids by 7 different guys.
Right, probably.
Like that's a big red flag for me. If you got kids, fine. If you're all from the same father, fine. I don't want the most confusing day on the calendar to be Father's Day.
Oh my God. No, I get that. I mean, I'm not gonna like, when people hear how many kids I have, they're like, really? No way. And I'm like, yeah. I've got 5 kids. Okay. And they'll ask, are they all from the same dad? And I'm like, yes, they're all from the same dad. Like, because they're
Yeah.
spaced so far apart. Like, I have a 30-year-old and my youngest is 14. You know? Why are you talking about me, Matt? But they're like, are you sure? It's in the air fryer, daughter.
Well, that's when you just tell them, like
Still
every
cooking.
couple goes through their phases where they really really dig each other, then they're not so sure for a little while. Then they really really dig each other again. Then they're not so sure for a little while. Then they really really dig each other again.
Oh, actually, it wasn't like that. It was like, nah, it's the birth control worked during certain periods. No, I'm just kidding. But no, no, no. I mean, ooh, no. Like it was almost 5 years. I mean, I had one. Then 5 years later, I had one, and then 16 months later, another, and then 8 years. Boom, boom, year apart. So that's how that happened. But it looks like it could have been like how they're spaced apart. Looks like it could have been 3 different dads.
Yeah. Well, the way they're spaced apart, it also looks like, like, okay, they were having some
If you look at
problems.
it. So I do take, yeah, it looks beautiful. Let I just, how do I put it? Like 5 kids, and I had birth control pills for 4 of them. Right there, you go. It's like,
Got a
mm-mm.
bad
And
batch.
then the doctor tells me the last time. The doctor and that was 3 different types of birth control pills. And then he tells me, oh, guess what? It only works on 99 point so much percent of the population, right? He goes, I forgot to tell you, the other, it works as fertility. Oh, thanks, Doc. Now you tell me.
No doubt.
I was like, well, that's great.
Yeah. Let's
So,
play a game called Let's Not Hide the Truth from Each Other.
right? I was like, so I should have fired you like 4 kids back, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not Octo Mom.
No shit. I was like, I told them finally, I said, you know what you're doing? You're tying my tubes because these suckers are going to double up on
Yep.
me.
Oh yeah. It's like, yeah, I'd be like freaking. No, there's something to do with this whole, getting together thing there. And do that, and a few months later,
Right?
I don't. I get my get my
Uh-uh.
get my cipher and pencil out. Yeah,
And it does happen. It does happen in
yeah,
all long-term relationships. You have times where you split, but for me, I was like, nah, I'm just going to be okay. And then, I'm like, go ahead and date who you want to. And he'd always be like, Oh, nope. Guess what? They're all high maintenance. Once you get used to a girl that's low maintenance, no,
Hmm.
no,
It's like
no.
ain't no other girl will do. Yeah. But the thing
Right?
about it
It's like
is,
you get a girl
it,
that's
go ahead,
what?
go ahead.
No, I was just like, no, no, because I don't believe in that. Go get your nails done. Got to have 10 tons of makeup. Take me
Yeah,
to the cheese. What is it? Fucking cheesecake factory, whatever.
yeah.
Take me to a wine tasting. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need
You're
no
not going to the
nothing
Tammy Faye
fancy.
Baker School of Makeup.
No, 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 nope. I don't need a whole bunch of. I'm. I laugh about that because I'll make fun of women in their shoes. Sorry, ladies, anybody is listening.
Well,
I
that
mean,
that
you
that
only
that
need
lady that
like
I
a
went on
pair
that
of.
bad blind date with, I don't care how much makeup you got. The Tammy Faye Baker School of Makeup could not make this woman look good.
I tell you, I've done like usually if I wear makeup, it's just eyeliner and some eyeshadow. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
you could have put makeup on this woman here with a shotgun, and it still wouldn't have made any difference.
You may paint the barn. You could have painted the whole barn.
Yeah, you got to use a brush with four bristles
Oh
on it.
my
Use a
god.
roller. Let's
Oh no.
go.
I used to joke about that, like
Yeah,
stencil
I'm
kits.
not into that whole.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
Well, when you go to wash your face
it's
and
like
it slides off. Yeah, not cool.
yeah. No, and then it gets
That
in your eye. And it's like fuck, I got something in my eye. Yeah, it's your finger now.
right? I did one time. One time, I swear to God, I thought, well, I'm going to put false eyelashes on, give myself some eyelashes, right? And my man went, take those off. He goes, no, no, fake eyelashes are, nah, nah. He goes, just take them off because it looks like, spider
Yeah,
webs on people's eyes.
yeah.
I'm like,
We're
but I
some of
want
these
to be
people get
pretty.
off. You want to be pretty? Be yourself.
No, I was
Being
joking
yourself
around. I was
is
like,
the
I
most
want to
yeah.
be pretty.
But yeah, but for any women out there,
He goes,
being
you look
yourself
good
is the most.
without makeup.
God put you on this planet the way you are.
Yep,
Who are you to disagree with them?
right? Exactly. And then, like I said, it was like, I used to wear makeup when I was like 19, 20, and then I'm like, nah, nah. And it used to be because I'm self conscious because, I got freckles, as you can tell, I got some, not some, you know, they fade after a while, but you get them back sometimes. But worry about having freckles. And he's like, you're a redhead. You're going to have freckles. And like, it's cute, you
Yep.
know? Don't
Get
worry
used to
about
it.
it. Stop worrying about it.
Yeah. You know what
Yeah,
I did to
why
get
hide
rid of
them?
my freckles?
You got lemon juice. That's what I did.
Nope. Went out and got a suntan. One suntan after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. I worked out in the sun.
Oh, really?
No freckles.
See, I avoided the sun like the plague for years, and then but this year I've been out. I spent almost my whole summer out, and like got tan. I actually tanned because I was doing a bunch of garden work and you know yard work. I love doing yard work and stuff. So got really tan, and they're like, "Oh, but you're a redhead." Yes, redheads can tan after a
Yeah.
while.
See me,
They can.
I burn once a year. Like when I
Hmm.
was working in the pool company that I worked for, I burned
Hmm.
once a year. The very first time I took my shirt off, I would burn.
Yep.
I'd be red as a beet. About 3 days
Yep.
later, I'd be the color of my shirt. I'd go completely mahogany. And then for the rest of the summer, I would stay that way. I was actually darker
Yeah.
than some African American friends of mine when I worked at that pool company.
The more time in the sun, yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I mean, I have, and the thing is, I was using sunscreen. I still tan.
I didn't use any sunscreen, no nothing. Just pop the
But it's
shirt
like
off
I
and walk
laugh.
away.
Oh, I have to use sunscreen. I has to. I'll get all burnt. But if I use sunscreen, then I still tan.
Yeah,
I'll burn with sunscreen, but I'll also tan.
yeah.
But I'll only get one burn usually. But I don't know. My
No,
mom always thought it was, because she's, well, I'm 1/4 Native American, so maybe that. I don't know.
I'm French, English, Scottish. How the Scottish and English got together to make a kid to make the mixture for me is beyond me. Especially back in the days when that's when I just say war bride. But
Right? No, I'm a quarter French, Scottish. Well, I'm part Scottish, French, Welsh, and Native
yeah,
American.
I know a little Irish.
That's pretty much
I,
all I am.
I know a little Irish lives down the street.
I've had people say that like, "Oh, I know you're Irish. You have red hair," and I'm like, "No, I'm not Irish."
Doesn't mean you're Irish. That means you're
No, my Welsh grandmother. That's where
feisty.
I got
That
it.
means you're feisty.
Yeah, and that. Well, let's just say my parents had 8 kids, and 4 of them were redheads. Mm,
Yeah. Can we say the Weasleys?
mhm, mhm.
Yeah. But I think well, I had a great time
I
talking
swear
with you.
it was so funny
I gotta
because
get going soon.
oh yeah, I got to make some food.
Yeah, me too. I just realized I haven't eaten
Talk
yet
to you
today.
later.
Yeah. You have a wonderful day. Nice talking to you again.
Oh, nice talking to you. Thanks for having.
Yep. Yeah, and I put the link in. I'm gonna put her link in the comments. Copy. Uh, well, when I edit this video, or not edit, but when I finish this video, actually I can edit it right now. Oops, excuse me. There. I put Ginger's channel in the chat or in the description box below. So everybody just don't forget to hit thumbs up, share this out, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And we'll talk to you all later. Ciao for now, and give Ginger some love by going to her channel and giving her a couple thumbs up. Watch her videos, give her a subscription. We shall talk to you all later.